Hello, I'm Laura. It's Friday, August 8th, 2025, and these are today's Heartlines. It's happened. On Wednesday at midnight, going into Thursday, the tariffs that had been promised or threatened for a long time, depending on your point of view, by the President of the United States went into effect. And they affected more than 90 countries at 10% to 50% in range. So people in the United States and around the world might be wondering, how is this going to affect our national economy or our personal economy for that matter? And where do we turn if things get difficult financially? Well, for me, I often turn to the old teachings that I grew up with in Unity, not to spiritually bypass, as people might call it, what is happening in my world, but to acknowledge it and to dive into it from a spiritual perspective. So whatever tariffs may happen in our world, we can actually take on the idea that our source is not the tariffs, is not the nation, is not even our current circumstances. The source of our supply and our financial good and our good in life in general comes from one thing, and that is the divine universal presence, whatever it is you call it. You might call it God, you might call it the divine or the eternal or the universal, but whatever it is you call it, we are each immersed in this. We are permeated by this. And along with this presence comes what Charles Fillmore, co-founder of Unity, called divine substance. Substance is the stuff out of which the universe is made. As an example, let's see, I found this on my bookshelf. It's part of a large quartz crystal. Now, these crystals might be millions or even billions of years in formation from old molten rock that formed the earth. And this substance, according to Charles Fillmore, this substance fills our universe, and we mold it and we shape it with our minds into ideas that we can then play out in our lives. Let me give you his words on it. He said, "When you continue to think about God as your real supply, everything in your mind begins to awaken and to contact the divine substance. And as you mold it in your consciousness, ideas begin to come which will connect you with the visible manifestation." So, the universal mind, the divine substance molded by your mind, forming ideas and motivation to act, to manifest whatever it is you need in life right now. Whatever you have lost before, whatever has gone before in your belief systems or anything, you are always in this divine presence, and you can form it and shape it into something that is useful for you and your life. And so we are going to be in touch with that presence right now through prayer. So let's take a deep breath and close our eyes and focus on this prayerful thought. I am immersed in the divine substance and creative energy of the universe. My mind is filled with inspired ideas and focused on productive activity. I am immersed in the divine substance and creative energy of the universe. My mind is filled with inspired ideas and focused on productive activity. And so it is. So if you take just a little bit of time today and every day, and when you start feeling that fear or that nervousness of, my goodness, if this resource is cut off, what am I going to do? Or if this inflation happens, how am I going to respond? Take that deep breath. Immerse yourself in that universal source. It is a source of ideas, and ideas are a source of motivation, and motivation is a source of action that transforms this into this. And it is the physics of our universe that tell us that all of that substance, all of that stuff that we think is static is actually filled with creative vibrations that we can bring into action as the sweet music of life. Thank you for joining me today. We'll talk a little bit more about tariffs tomorrow and focus on international relationships. In the meantime, have a wonderful day.